Welcome to Bamfordrose and a new feature, a workshop or car park tour. So this is going to be a quick overview of everything that's in our workshop and everything that's waiting in the car park, and then we'll take a focus on a couple of particular cars and talk about the issues that they were in for. Finally, we've got what's going on in the workshop. Now, before we look at the Astons on the other side, clearly the best car in the workshop is not an Aston Martin, it's an Austin Maestro Turbo. Feast your eyes on that. Okay, so here we've got a 4.3 V8 Vantage. This is just in for regular service. If you want to pick an Aston which is going to give you the least amount of grief, it's got to be a 4.3 V8 Vantage manual. Now, with manifolds and catalysts, you can get these cars up to about 420 horsepower, equaling a 4.7 with a twin plate clutch. It shifts great, and if you get a low mileage, great condition paint and interior, then you know it's a really clever Aston Martin purchase. Next, we've got a lovely V8 Vantage Roadster that's in for exactly what I just said, manifold and cat upgrade. That's a 420 horsepower 4.7 to start with, so that upgrade is going to take him to round about 450 horsepower. Last two cars to go. We've got a 4.3 V8 Vantage which was in for, as you can see, it's a mistake he won't be doing again. He accidentally left his bonnet on the latch and it flipped up, caused a load of paintwork damage, which front end forwards we've just resprayed. Now give it some finishing touches and that car will be ready for the road. Next we have a classic Vanquish. Now this is a really interesting car. This guy watched all my videos about doing pre-purchase inspections and stuff like that and decided not to do any of that and bought this sight unseen an auction, but he really landed on his feet because this car underneath is pretty much the best Vanquish you're ever going to find, with quite a lot of the normal components that need replacing are already replaced. You know, these cars can generate some quite big repair bills, and lucky in lieu of a pre-purchase inspection, this one is not one of those. You can see that we've got rather a lot to get through, and I don't know what's more beautiful, the sight of those Astons or the rolling countryside in the distance. So we've got, first up, a regular 4.3 V8 Vantage. This one's had an AP Racing brake upgrade. I think I'd be retrofitting Vantage S if it were me. I think you get all the factory engineering that goes with a factory product rather than an aftermarket product that wasn't necessarily designed for the specific car, but I'm sure it's better than standard brakes, so overall it was probably a success. Another 4.3 V8 Vantage. We looked after this car for about 10 years. After getting on top of deferred maintenance for a few years and doing particular bits of maintenance, spreading the cost, this car now is just having miles put on it and is in for regular servicing. Early DB9. This one has had manifolds and catalysts, so instead of 450 horsepower, he's up to about 510 with our cams. Again, regular servicing, doesn't give him any bother, this particular car. V12 Vantage 2010. This came from a franchise dealer. They had said that it needed coolant pipes because they were leaking. The V12V pipes do. The clip arrangement's a bit poor. Better off to take off the factory clips and put a proper clip on. It's also got the problem of carbon ceramic brakes, where the mounting pins from the back, the heads, they corrode and the disc corrodes. This actually cracks. This needs a new set of brakes, £8,000 plus VAT. V8 Vantage Roadster, cracking car this one. Problems with its roof. Every now and again it'll fling a roof code, stop the roof from working. Door module's fine, roof module fine, window regulator's fine. We'll get to the bottom of it. Typical Aston glitch. Next one, early V8 Vantage. Now this has had what we call a rebirth. So this is rear frame and all steel underside components, suspension arms, dampers, wishbone arms. You know, underneath this looks like a brand new car. Give it a little bit of a clutch upgrade, engine power upgrade, and you've taken it to 4.7, and you know, it's a practically renewed car, and it's going to last many years to come. Next up is 4.3 V8 Vantage. This is in for catalyst, 200 cell catalyst upgrade. Probably take it from 300 to about 410 horsepower. Next we have DB9. Now this is flinging shutdown modes for fuel system error. Probably the plastic pipes in the tank have got some perforations to them, and instead of 100% of the fuel which the fuel pump delivers going to the rail, some is bleeding off in the tank, and for the duty cycle that the pumps are running, the rail pressure is not what is supposed to be commanded, so it puts it into a fuel system shutdown. Probably needs new fuel pumps, probably thanks to E5 or E10 fuel. This is an early DB9. This is a really nice car, special colour, interior's mint, everything about this car, it's been well kept, absolutely beautiful. This had a primary decat and high flow secondaries not so long back. The owner took it on quite a long foreign tour and encountered quite a horrific misfire. Now that misfire would have failed the cats would have been ingested into the engine would have failed. So for the activity of a primary decat and high flow secondaries, he saved himself probably a 20 grand engine repair bill rather. Next, DB9, this is from Europe. This is here because it's got an engine misfire which the franchise network can't solve. What it does, when it's warm, it runs perfect, smooth, like any other DB9. But cold start, it's putting in a huge excess of fuel, about 30% extra fuel, and it's misfiring. And we've changed, well, it's a process of elimination because the diagnostic system ain't going to tell you what's wrong with it. So we've trialed engine ECUs, fuse boxes, fuel pump driver modules, different injectors, plugs, coils, and pretty much it's engine harness that's left. It's a bit of a weird one as to why it would only run rough when it's cold, but we will get to the bottom of it. Next, Mako Blue V12 Vantage. This has got our high lift inlet cams, exhaust manifolds and cats, ECU remap. It's taken it from 510 to about 580, 590 bhp, and this car is, well, and with the one next to it, which is similar upgrade, this is about as good as the Gaydon Gen 1, Dr. Betts, or the best era cars get. DBS V12 Vantage. Doesn't get much better than that, apart from maybe an 8-speed Rapide S. Now, I said at the start that we'll focus on one car, and this will be the car that we focus on. The owner is very meticulous, and despite it not being in Aston's service schedule to change the ZF 8-speed fluid at his mileage, which is 30,000, he wanted to do it. We've never done it before at that low mileage, and you are going to be amazed at what we found in the sump, and also what I think is a gear shift transformation. So stay tuned for that video. So if you're yet to find us out on YouTube, head over to the Bamfordrose YouTube channel, click us a like, subscribe to the channel, and keep tuned on our social networks for more videos like this.